Hello, everyone. Hello.
Hello, Lao Shi.
Good morning, Lao Shi.
Morning.
Good morning, Lao Shi.
All right. It's really pleasure for me to see you guys again, right?
Yes, Lao Shi.
Okay, so I think it's time to begin the class. And let me see. It's 41 members here, and we got 42 students. So please, monitor, right? Sally, could you please record the attendance for me, please?
You said I should what? I should.
I mean, please record the attendance for me, please.
Right.
Actually, my roll number is missing here.
Your number is missing here. What's your number?
19.
19, right? 19, let me see that.
Yes.
Yeah. Why number is missing right here?
Yes.
This Excel work is Miss Pen sent me.
Now, should you mean I should record it now or after class?
Are we based? So your number is lighting, right? Lighting. Is that right? Hello? All right, student whose student number is 19, please answer me.
Lao Shi, this is mine. Piyash Rakibul Hassan. Low Yen.
All right, lawyer, let me see it.
Yes, and I'm sending you my name to the chat option. Okay.
Okay. I will fix this problem after class, correct?
Okay.
Okay, I think it's time to class begin, and the attendance please just record it by the monitor, right? And send me to the class. Okay. And let's begin the class. Oh. There it is. And so for today's class is the professional thesis writing. This class is to tell you guys how to write a professional thesis or an easy or papers, something like that, right? So have you guys ever done a thesis before? Not you. No, I think so. All right, but
No, Lao.
maybe you will finish your final paper at grade 4 at the end of school, right? So but this class is a little bit different from the final paper, right? It's not the final paper writing. It's a professional thesis writing. Okay, and let me see. And for this course, the assessment right here. All right, I will focus on it a little bit. The assessment of this course is quite similar to that of the last semester course. Right, to say this, then you guys have been already learned about it. And there is no need to take the final exam for this course, right? So the usual score will be account for a not part exam is 16%, 16%. And for the first one is the attendance. And for last semester, some students have had absence or were late. So I hope this situation can be improved, right, in this class. And then the communication part right here, right? I think some of you did a really good job at last semester, and many of you have obtained high marks in this part, right? Communication is that some question I asked you guys just answer the question. That will be good. All right. And so for the class practice right here, also this course is built towards theory, and I will still set some class practice such as the writing practice and some homework, right? Some writing practice homework for you guys. And so here is the usual score, and for the last one, at the end of the course, I will ask you to submit a review thesis. Someone know what is the review thesis? Any of you? What is the review thesis? No? All right. Yeah, write a review on paper. That is a review. No, the review is type of the writing, okay, and it's based on the people who have already written like the professional papers and professional thesis that people wrote before, and you just make a review for it, right? Okay, I will talk about later and tell you how to write a review paper. So you can start to prepare it right now, okay, by yourself. You don't need to wait for me to teach you how to tell you how to make a review writing, right? You can just start by yourself and learn from the internet and anything else. It's okay. So of course, you should know what is the review that is right, and you will know how to write it. So you guys need to learn carefully to the class, right? And the deadline for the submission of this thesis will be set as the 7 days, a week later, after the last class, right? 7 days after the last class, and the monitor is collected at that time. All right? Is that good? So please collect the submission after 7 days after the last class for me. All right? That'll be the deadline for this this work. Okay. And let me see. An overdue submission will not be considered to give any score, right? No score for overdue submissions. This time is quite strict. So for the last class, maybe some of you have some technical problems with the to submit the final test, something like that. But for this class, I don't have any. It will be no longer any mercy for that people who overdo submissions. All right? I hope you guys can submit on time. Okay. And of course, most important point is no more plagiarism. Okay, no more. And this will be a really serious problem for you guys. Because in the previous same course, I found that many students plagiarize, and some students directly modify the field name of the model that made by others and send it to me. It's really disappointing me. Okay. Now, of course, some of you guys even didn't change their names, just send the same name model to me. Okay, that's hard thing. And here I would like to prioritize those students who didn't complete their final year. And of course, those who helped with other students to plagiarize. I hope you can protect your work. Okay, for this semester, this work here, and whether it is in practice or the homework or the final review writing, and as long as I find that a classmate plagiarized, and then the plagiarized and those who are plagiarized will be punished. All right, the original and the fake one will be both punished. Right? So don't let other people to recognize your work. All right? Don't help with it. It's not help. It's you see, you maybe you're it's bad for them. Okay, it's not good for them. So I will not give you any other chance. Of course, for this is no limited to the students and the plagiarized other papers on the internet will also be seriously punished. Okay, don't take a chance. Because for me, it's quite easy to distinguish whether your work is plagiarized or the original. Okay. And today's duplicate checking software is quite smart and free. You know that. So don't try to patronize. And why not make some effort to do the work with your own ability, right? With your own ability. And the homework and the final test will not be very difficult, you know. It will be quite easy. And moreover, even if your work is not that good, if it's original, I will feel very happy and will not give you a low score. Okay. So you guys understand what I mean? Mm-hmm. All right,
Yes,
I hope so.
Laoshi.
Okay. And originality is always bad. Okay. And a little bit sorry for me to have crashed it a lot. But I hope you guys can understand my intentions. Okay. And for the course handling, Okay. Planning here in the course of the professional thesis, we will learn two write forms of the thesis. Okay. The first one will be the academic thesis writing. The academic thesis writing. All right. The first one. And the second one is the dissertation writing. Right. But the content of the dissertation writing will not take too much time, right? So we will focus on the academic writing. I mentioned about a little bit about the dissertation writing because it's work for your dissertation papers, right? And so, and this part is mainly because you guys are about to graduate and going to write the dissertation. So there may be some guidance I can give you, but this part will not be the main part of the course. Okay. And having a good academic ethics is the foundation of the professional thesis writing. It's both for the academic writing and dissertation writing, right? So I'm going to let you deeply understand the importance of the academic ethics. Then I will tell you how to write a academic thesis step by step, right? And in the end, some tips for you to finish your dissertation. Okay? So here's the course planning. So right here, the first one is academic ethics. It's the foundation of both of the academic thesis writing and the dissertation writing right here. It's a foundation. You guys first need to have the academic ethics. Then you can write the anything you want, right? So this is the foundation. So today's class, I'm going to talking about the academic ethics. All right. That is the professional thesis writing is a skill. And before learning the skill, we should understand the rules of using a skill, right? That is the academic ethics. As many kung fu masters in the movies said, if you want to learn by kung fu, you must cultivate yourself and establish good morality, right? Similarly, only when we have established good academic ethics and our ethics be valuable, right? The same thing. So this is the outline of today's class. The first is the significance of the academic ethics. All right, it'll be the short way from here. The A means the academic ethics, and AM means the academic misconduct, right? So the second part is the definition of the academic misconduct. Right? And the third part is the is how we use the quotation instead of the plagiarizing. Right? And the final one is how to make the quotation. So all right, before this, I just want to ask you a question. You guys think it's quite good for me to say a lot of things and to show something like that, and in this way to make you study. Is that good? I mean, I speak a lot and show something a lot. with some, it maybe is a little bit limited of the communication, I think. That'll be good. Because this course right here, it will be mainly for me to tell you how to make the things right, to how to use skills. So it not it might that it might lack of some the communication. Is that be good for you?
Yes,
No,
Laoshi.
no response. Is that okay?
Yes, okay, Laoshi.
Yes, Laoshi.
Okay, Laoshi.
Okay. I think so. I will try my best to make some communication with you. All right. So I will. I hope you guys can get into this class and learn the skills step by step with me. Okay. So, all right. The first one of today's class is not about the skills, right? It's the foundation for the skills. So the first one is the significance of the academic ethic. And from the perspective of the general science, it help us to institutionalize and standardize the academic activities and embodiment of the scholar's self-discipline and heteronomy, all right? And why it sounds so weird. And the basic contents of the integrated education and academic quickly education and the foundation of improving the scientific and technological and innovation, right? Which means it established the necessary rules of the game, right? As the famous Chinese saying goes, no square without rules, right? 不以规矩不成方圆, right? And just imagine if if everyone doesn't abide by academic ethics and just plagiarize each other, how can we make progress with the original idea and the scientific innovation, right? So here I want to show you some examples to illustrate the importance of the academic test from the perspective of real lesson. Okay. So at the end of the 20 of 2005, sorry about that. At the end of 2005, the scientific communicative community really a shocking event, right? The paper of Huang Wu Su, I think the name, I don't know how to pronounce it, sorry about it. The highest scientist in the South Korea and the father of cloning was exposed, I think. The South Korea government decided to abolish Mr. Huang's title of the highest scientist in the South Korea and remove him from all public offices. Please come here, right? The highest scientist of South Korea, because he made some academic misconduct and finally he got nothing. And for this one here, is the High Board. He is the associate professor of the Zhejiang University. and her hypo and related personnel of his research team were checked for 20 papers suspected of academic misconduct. After the incident, he was revoked of his post and qualifications, right? And Linda is his professor, is his superior, and just like the professor and the supervisor, all right? Is an academician of the Chinese Academy of Engineering and president of the School of of Pharmacy of Zhejiang University. Is responsible for the full supervision and will not be reemployed. So it can be seen that the severity of the punishment for academic misconduct in China, right? If you are studying for the postgraduate, something like that, in the future, and your thesis has academic misconduct, so you will be severely punished, and your tutor will also be punished. Right? So for the sake of yourself and others, do not do anything against the academic ethics, right? And for this one here, the David Baltimore, the Nobel Prize winner in the biomedical, and he published a paper in the famous academic journal Phil. It was suspected of falsifying data because it could not repeat the experiments in the paper. So he was accused of academic misconduct by the National Institutes of Health and resigned as president in 1992. Right. It can be seen as series of the punishment for this one right here, but also his accusations were later overturned. His difficulty in the scientific research in more than 30 years were unimaginable. Right. Finally, last year, he won the highest achievement award in the medical field. It tells us the true God, true God will no fight, right? At the same time, it also tells us the impact of being identified as academic misconduct on a person is horrible. There were no ongoing incidents in 1990s. Baltimore's achievement would be much more high. All right. So what exactly does academic misconduct include, and how do we cultivate our own academic issues? Right. Here's the definition of the academic misconduct. Refers to the behavior that violates the academic norms and ethics. Internationally, it generally used to refer to three acts. The first one is fabrication, and second one is the falsification, and the third one is the plagiarism. Fabrication refers to, for example, when you are writing an academic paper and you do not do relevant experiments, but just fabricate some experiment data by referring to other people's experiment results. That is the fabrication, right? And for the falsification, for example, the experimental data, you doesn't conform to logic, but you tamper with the data in order to make your result look right, all right, look good. or you may just put some conclusions of others, temper with the others' conclusion to support your own argument. That is justification, right? Among them, acts such as submitting more than one draft and embezzling academic achievement and forging academic resumes and can also be included as the academic misconduct. And for the plagiarize, this is the most important thing I want to focus on. All right. And in the Oxford Dictionary, the practice and taking someone else's work or ideas and passing them off as one's own. That's the meaning in the Oxford Dictionary, all right? And for the writing program administrators, the plagiarism means to submit someone else's language, idea, or other original material without acknowledging its source, right? It is plagiarism, okay? And if we don't recognize or give credit in English writing, and we have committed plagiarism. And what does it mean to give the credit to the other person? We need to recognize them and acknowledge them, right? And plagiarism includes obvious cheating, like copying a home essay from the internet. It also includes incorrectly using direct quotes and paraphrase and summarize, something like that. So here is the essay. Here's the essay I want to show you. That is, it's a professional thesis. Right? So you guys can see that here's the introduction here, right? And for this one, it's the same thing. It includes a lot of ideas and the result that people already researched before. So we can use them in our articles, just like that. You need to make some reference text right here, and you need to say that you need to show the name of the authors. And in the end, here is the reference text right here. That is how we make the quotation instead of the plagiarizing. It's just a little example right here, and I will show you more detail in the following class. All right. Let's see.
Laoshi,
Yeah.
I didn't understand well. So you can add, you can take maybe something from you can do research as long as you post like a reference. Where is it coming from? Is it okay?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe like you want to research about maybe bearings, how they work. If you go on the internet, you have to put reference on. Is it okay?
Yeah, that's right. If you want to, if you want to make some reference from the internet papers, and you just need to make the reference to quotations and the papers.
Yeah.
You mean how to use the quotation?
Yeah,
Right?
how to use quotation.
All right, I will show you later. All right, I will show you in the following class. Okay.
All
All right. Yeah. And That's what I'm going to say to show you how to use the right quotation. All right, instead of the plagiarism. Okay, and before that, I still want to show the plagiarism result when you let me see. So for plagiarism, here we quote someone else without giving their credit and use someone else's idea and arguments as if it were your own, even if they are not in the exact words of the originator. That is plagiarism. Even it's your own work, but you have already published before, right? Is plagiarism. And note indicates the extent to which you are borrowing from another text or source. That is plagiarism. All right. Okay. Here are some case I want you guys to tell me. Is that plagiarism or the quotation? Okay. I hope you guys can tell me the answers. All right. So when we writing an essay for one of his course, Tom found that a paper online that fits his topic well, so he copied that paper and turned it in as his own essay. Is that right? Someone Anyone?
Loshi, come again?
All right. Here's the case. I want you guys to tell me whether it's the plagiarism or the quotation. For this case right here. Can someone tell me this is plagiarism or quotation? For this case.
Oh, it will be plagiarized, Loshi.
All right. Great. Okay, you answered me. All right. So what's your student number?
Student number?
Yeah. What's your
7
student number? Pardon me, please. Suhan, right?
7 7 Loshi.
Okay. Suhan 772.
My number.
All right. For the second one, okay. Someone else want to earn your scores. It's a good opportunity. All right, right now. Just answer some questions. Okay. For the case 2, right here. Thinking Junior is a good writer, and Yuan pays her to write essays for her to get a good grade.
I like
It's quotation,
This
Loshi.
is quotation.
Plagiarism.
How many things?
It's also a plagiarism.
Okay.
this.
Who says quotation? Who says
It's quotation.
Quotation.
All right. Who says this is plagiarism?
Plagiarism, Loshi.
All right.
I
Omar. Right.
6
This case is
because
plagiarism.
because I'm paying her to write. And it's not good.
Yeah.
You are paying someone.
It's plagiarism.
Yeah,
Okay.
cool.
It's
It's
not
not good,
quotation.
bro. Remember.
It's not quotation. Okay. All right. For this case right here, Ashley copies a paragraph from a book into her essay, and she cites the book, but forgets to use the quotation mark for the paragraph. Is that
That's
what is it?
that's quotation.
Anyone else?
Plagiarism, Loshi.
It's also a plagiarism, Loshi.
Just one try. Progress.
I think
Okay.
Yes.
and let me say the student number 8, and okay. All right, I hear that some of you said it's quotation, but it's not, because she forget to use the quotation marks in the paragraph, right? So it's not.
Laoshi,
But
is
teacher,
it is
she cites the book.
Mm-hmm.
She,
Yeah,
Laoshi,
she
cited the
gave
book.
like the book as a reference. I don't
Decided
understand how
to,
it's
but
plagiarism.
forget to use the quotation marks.
I'm asking like, is it the same as citation?
Beg your pardon, please.
Yeah, it is citation, but it is mistake. Cite, CITES. Spelling is mistake, I think.
All right, it may be a little bit confused for you guys. So what is cite? How we cite and how we use the quotation marks, and whether it's quotation or the right, and it's a little bit confused for you guys, I think. But it will.
Laoshi, could you please show us like how to take a citation from a paper?
Okay, not for now, all right? For now, just put some examples for you guys, all right, to show you.
Okay. Okay.
All right, for this case right here, and in writing about the harm of smoking, Julia Googles and summarizes some points and writes them in her paper without citing the source. Is that what it is?
It's quotation.
That's the quotation.
No,
It's
it's not quotation.
plagiarism.
Yeah, it's still the plagiarism, because he because he just copied because he just summarized the
Plagiarism.
point.
It's also plagiarism.
Also, he used his own word to summarize points and write them without citing the source. It's regular. All right, it's not quotation. Okay.
Plagiarism. Yes, sir.
And for this one here, and when writing about the Belt and Road Initiative and the search information from the Wikipedia, and use that information in her paper without citing Wikipedia about it. Right,
It's also plagiarism.
yeah, because it's without citing, right? And for this one here, Nancy found an article writing in Chinese that fit her top well, so he translated into English and turned it in her America teacher without citing the Chinese article. This teacher doesn't speak Chinese, so do not know it is translated easy, and that gives her an A for the essay. So what is it?
Plagiarism.
It's plagiarism.
All right, 62, and let me see, what else?
62.
Okay, good. So do not translate from other languages, okay? And for this one here, Catherine finds an article written in Chinese that fits her top view. Then she translates the whole article into English, turn it into her American t-shirt, and cites the Chinese article. How about this one?
Plagiarism.
It's also a plagiarism loss.
No.
Plagiarism.
Right, it's still technical.
Plagiarism.
Even she, we can say that she just translated whole article into English and turned it to her American teacher.
Yeah.
You know, guys, you know what? Just you cannot cite whole articles, right? You just a little bit, just some part of it, just some arguments or some clarified and some point of one paper, and and use them to writing in your paper. You cannot just translate or just cite whole part of work. All right. So it's specialized. And for this case here, Ming copies of paragraph from an essay that she wrote a different class into her new essay. Since she wrote the paragraph herself, she didn't need to cite herself. Is that right? Mm-hmm.
Plagiarism, like
Plagiarism,老师.
All right.
plagiarism.
Yeah, I told you this, even if it's your own work, right? You write it before. You cannot just use them. You need to cite them. You need to make some quotations. Okay. And for this one here, all right, the hyphen copies a definition from an Oxford dictionary. To write that the definition came from Oxford dictionary, but do not use the quotation marks for this one.
Plagiarism.
Plagiarism.
That's right. Because he didn't use the quotation marks, right? So what is the quotation mark? I will show you later. And for the final one, I think, yeah, no. All right, for this one here, Jane Rong copies a sentence from an article into her essay. She includes quotation marks and an in-text citation, but forget to write a citation of the reference pages.
Plagiarism.
Plagiarism, 老师.
So that's
Yes, because we need to use the reference page. And for this one here, Peter summarized the argument in other people's paper in his own words without quotation marks, but with in-text citation and a citation of the reference page. How about this one?
Plagiarism.
Think about it. About this one. He summarized the argument, right? He summarized with his own words. And without in his own word, without the quotation marks, but with the in-text
Okay.
citation.
I
And
think 老师 it's quotation.
that is quotation. All right. So this is how we use the quotation. This is the quotation. Right? You can just use your own words. So you don't need to make the quotation marks, right? Quotation marks. But you need to within the in-text citation and the citation on the reference page. Okay. So let me see. I think it's time to break right now.
Okay, 老师.
All right. So when we will be back. Let's see. It's time for break right now, and I will see you guys at 11 at 5 past 11. Okay.
Okay, 老师.
Oh, have a break.
great.
to class, guys. So Sally, you might that. And this student also missing on this name list. So that number 2. Okay. Number 2 missing name on the list. And what was that? Number 19. 90. Lighting or lighty? 19. Okay. Number 9. Volume. All right, guys. I got here.
Yes, 老师。
Yes, 老师。
So how to make the quotation? And in the word is to benefit others, and don't forget to recognize the source, right? Unless you use the publicly known information, such as the let me see, such as the what? The Earth is wrong. The Earth is a ball. No, it's not. And so unless you use the public known information, and when you use another person's idea and the expressions, and when you use the existing statistics and chat and information, and you should attribute it to the source. Right? The way is to show the source of the information through the quotation, interpretation, and recognition, right? And for the quantity, some foreign countries have made clear provisions. Some countries have law that stipulate that it should not exist one force, right? So you cannot just for the whole paper, right? Just one force. So in some countries, and some countries are just 1/3, and some are 1/10, right? And China also have relevant regulations. The total amount of the quotations of long work should not exceed 1/10 of the total amount of my own creation. And for works of the nature science and the engineering technology, it is recommended not to exist 1/5, right? Okay. So here's the example to show you guys how to make the quotations, right? That is it's just a paragraph in a professional exercise. And you can see that as early as 1995, the power of ETA. You know what is ETA mean?
Oh, 是
Yep. Some of you
No.
know what is ETA or thing.
ETL. Butcher. Is the name or something?
No, it's not a name. Okay, it's because paper is written by a lot of people, such as Su Han. It includes Su Han and the Sam, right?
And other.
Yep. Beg your pardon, please. Can hear you clearly. All right. The ETAs means it's not only It's also only this one order right here. It has all it's like this one right here. This liu x and the zao w and the shown l, right? It's a lot of others right here, but I just show you one other right here. So if al means there's something, there's some others else, right? It's represent something others else. But in short, for this paragraph right here, I just show one others right here. Okay. Is that clear?
Yep.
Okay. So the bubble calculates the steady state temperature distribution of the high power laser diode array by the finite element methods. For this one
Yes,
right
Lordship.
here. Okay, you don't need to understand what is it saying, right? You just know what is going on, how we use the quotation, right? It's is to make us here may just make a summarize for his work right here, right? It's the Barbo's team, and they just calculated the stadium state temperature distribution and something like that, and established a method right here, right? It's summarized here. Use your own word to describe what they did and what they done, right? And here you can see that we don't need to use the cause, right? It's no cause right here because use your own words to describe their works, and you just need to use the in-text. Here's the in-text quotation right here. All right, here's the second one of the quotation. The first one is missing, right? It's in the early paragraph. All right, I didn't show you that. So you just need to use the in-text quotation right here at the end of the sentence right here. All right. So here, this is how we use the quotation, and see that, and at the end of the paper, here's a reference page right here. It's a reference page right here. Oh, it's at the end of the paper. It's not right here. I just show it. I show it below the sentences, but it's not exactly in the right this way, right this place. Okay, it's at the end of the paper, and you can see that the second one here is apple A and someone else, and we just make some reference in the second one. Is that means the sentence is cited from this work. All right. So here's the author's name right here, and here is the name of the thesis, the paper, the name of the title of the paper. Here is the title of the paper, and here is the magazine's name, right? And here is the year of its publication, and here's the pages of the paper in the magazine. All right. So this is how we make the quotation. Is that clear?
But Lordship, I want to know in reference part, how to get
Yeah.
this link, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How you get this line? Using R programming or just in Microsoft Word?
All right. You mean how we text this word right here, right?
Yeah, yeah. How to get this line? Like number 1, how I get this line?
How you get this line? Oh,
Yeah.
you have lots of ways actually. Exactly. In fact, you can just type it with your own in the water, right? And you can also use some other applications like the EndNote and Note Express software. Have you ever heard about it?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh shit, another question.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you see on number 7,
Yeah.
there is Dang number 7.
Mm-hmm.
There is Dang, there is Shen, and W Gong Dai. The last line.
Yeah.
The last one. Yeah. So if you forget maybe one name, is it a problem?
Actually, you can use like this. So that's the ATAL right here. You can just write 3 names, and the others name you can just ignore and use the ETAL, just like this. All right.
Oh, so you can write only maybe
Three
these
names.
2 first names, these 3 names only. Others you can leave them.
Yeah, others you can leave them. But
Okay.
if you don't, if some of the word didn't just have 2 others, all right, just have 2 others, you cannot use the ETAL, right? If the others, the number of the others is bigger than 3, then you can use the ETAL in right here. All right.
Can you repeat how to use ETL again so that we memorize it? Thanks.
All right. Let me just make a new one. Just show you how to make them here. I make Microsoft Word for you guys to show you. All right. For example,
Right.
make a bigger one. All right. Example, the first one right here. Can you guys see that? Oh no. Can you guys see that right now?
Yeah.
All right. The first one here. Let me show you like this one. For this one right here. All right. The number 7. Okay. The number 7 right here. All right. You can just write it like this. Then they and don't and ET right, just like this way. So, oh, sorry. So here it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 authors, right? And you can just write 3 authors. Then use ETAL to represent the last 2, okay? 2 of them. Understand?
Oh yeah.
But if you only got just like the, let me see, 1, 2, 3. Okay. And for the sixth one, okay. Right here, M H. This one here. See that? This one here.
Who?
Yeah. And this one, and here's the second one. Liu and C E C H. For this one here, you cannot write the ETA because it just have only 3 orders, right?
Yeah.
So you cannot just write ETA. It's not reason one. Not right. Okay, because it's only 3 of them. All right.
Yes.
And
So
Yes.
Laoshi, you will tell us later put in note or you can show now. Like I need to know.
So for the ETA right here, it means it can save time to typing all of the author's name, because some of the paper maybe have 10 or more than lots of others will be writing together with the paper. So in that way, you can just write 3 of them and use the ETL to represent the other names who is behind the third one. All right, to save you time and save the space for the articles. Is that clear? Mm-hmm. No.
Yeah, Laoshi, it's clear.
Okay, but just like if there is not on if there are only 2 or 3 authors for this article right here, you cannot use the ETL. You cannot just write one name and use the ET. It's not right, okay? Because it must be the number of the other must be bigger than 3. All right, so you can use the ETA. You can understand what I'm saying? All right, it doesn't matter. It will be actually for this skill right here. It will be talked about later. Okay, will be talked about later in the future lessons. Let me see. It will be.
Laoshi.
Yeah.
I want to know, instead of writing, how to generate this line using InNote or any other software.
I don't get what you mean.
I mean, like, I don't want to write those reference line. I want to get them instant. So as I know, there have some process to get this reference line.
I mean,
you get my meaning?
This one.
Those reference, like you wrote right now.
Yeah.
Reference. Yeah, here. Like suppose number 3. I don't want to write the whole line. I want to generate this line.
Generate this line with me.
Yeah, using InNote.
Okay, could you please show me your text? To share your screen to show me, right?
No. I'm just asking, is there have any other way to? I don't want to write those reference. Instead of writing,
I got you mean.
Is there have any other?
Okay, I got you. I know what you're saying. I mean, you don't want to just type this by yourself, right? It's quite it's real annoying works, right? And let me show you. Okay, there are a lot of ways. Okay, just for example, for this one here, you can search it on the internet. Oh. You see that? Let me see. Okay. Just for the first one here, the active thing of high power semiconductor laser. that for this one, Baidu 文库, you know, have you heard about this? Oh no, it's not 文库, sorry about it. Baidu 学术, yeah, for this one here. And but for this internet right here is in Chinese, so I don't know whether you can know how to use it. And show you, here's a quotation work. It can, you just copy this, just copy this one, and you just put it right here. You will paste right here. See that? You can search the works that people have done, the papers, and you just copy the citation right here. Read it. And another one, let me see. Let me show you. Have you guys know? Do you guys know how to use the web science?
No, Lucy.
No. Okay. So do you know how to use the Baidu 学术 like here? This one.
No.
No, still no. Okay. I think it will be necessary for me to show you how to use this internet work at future class, right? That will make
Maybe
mhm.
maybe we can Google because we don't know anything about Baidu. Oh shit.
I know that. Maybe you didn't done anything about the writing, right? It's okay. So I will show you how to make this writing work. And just for today's class, I just want to tell you about how to make the presentation and do how to do it, how to write an essay in with the academic ethics, right? And I will show the skills in the following class, not in this class, okay? And let me say that. Let's see. We need just continue to work, continue to this class.
Okay, Lucy. Then in our next class, can you please show us in details how to get all of these things as a reference?
Sure, I will do that in the future class. All right, we'll make it detailedly and systemly, and I need to show you how to make the quotations, right? And how to search the quotation and how to search the
Yeah.
papers on the internet. All right, I will show you. Okay, in the future class.
Yeah.
The following class.
Especially. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Okay.
so I think we should get back to the so we'll keep moving on. All right, for this class right here. So what is how to make a quotation right here? In Swissborg, we can just drag quote and use the exact words from the original source and do not change anything about this. All right, it's the first one. I didn't show you. It's just like the a sentence from a work from a famous story or that something like that, and just do not change any words of it, and just use the quotation marks way. All right, the direct quote. And for the paraphrase is to use someone else idea, like with your own words. and sentence structures and most vocabulary words must be different, right? And for this one here, you don't need to use the quotation marks, but we need to cite quotation for it, okay? And the summary right here, and is to use your own words and make the original structure. The most important idea only, right? For this one here, you also don't need to use the quotation marks, but you need to use citation. This one, all right? And for this work right here, just want to mention about the importance and the significance for the academic ethics, right? In the Western country, the original and uniquenesses of the work are often regarded as the most important, as said by Herman Melville, who is a famous American author, most known for his novel Moby Dick, wrote this quote in an essay in the 1850s, and he said, "It is better to fail in originality than to succeed in the imitation." Right? This is similar to what I just said to you, and as long as the work is from you is original, and no matter how bad you do, all right, I think it's better than copying. Okay, and this one here is Stephen Curry. I think some of you guys maybe like this person, right? He's the American basketball player from the NBA team, the Golden State Warriors.
Warriors.
And yeah, he says, be the best version of yourself in anything that you do, right? You don't have to live anybody else's story. Just be your own and make something original, right? And for this one here is the Steve Jobs, right? The person I think of you might know, right? The founder of the Apple, right? And you guys should believe in your own ability with your own power to build your own work, right? And of course, advocating originality doesn't mean that we should not learn from others' work, okay? And for the future class, I will talk about the importance of the preparation and the learning and the difference between them and the the flashlight. All right. Okay. And here's the work of this class. And for now, I want to let me see. I want to show you and give you some practice. All right. Just wait a second, please. Just wait a second. Mhm. All right, can you guys see that? For this one right here, it is literature research and utilization of this one. But it's in China. It's in Chinese. So actually, it was the work I've done. I have already done, but for this one here, oh sorry about it. For this one here, I will translate it for the future class. All right, I translated this for this one work in the future class. This is tell you to how to search for the reference and to study with, to learning with the others arguments and how to use them in your own papers, right? And for the first one here is why we are going to search for the articles to learn the other people's work. Oh, sorry about it. I want to phone call. So, right? 啊，可以，你冲上来。And the second one is how to find the paper, what exactly you want to find. Oh, sorry, this is just in Chinese. I want to just translate it for you, okay? And the third part is how to download the work, papers you want. And the final one is how to make the management of the paper you have done and you have downloaded. All right. For this one here, for this part of work here, I want to show you in the next class. Okay, not for this class. So for this class right here, it remains 10 minutes. I think we're going to make a practice. And what practice is to I will give you a academic thesis, and you guys to learn to how to. All right, I want you guys to search for academic paper from the internet, and to learn how to make some quotation. All right. You guys know how to use the internet to search for the academic thesis? You guys know?
Please show us.
All right. You want me to show you? All right. So I know some of you are not in the board, not in the campus, right? And some of you in school, but some of you didn't in the school, right? Is that right?
Yes,
Okay. So if you guys in the school, you can, I think, you just search for the website of the 长沙理工大学, right? The Changsha, you can search for the website of our school. This one right here. See that? Can I see that? Just follow me to do that, okay? Follow me to enter the website of our school, all right? Okay? You guys down?
Yeah.
Right. And if you guys who is not in the campus, or who can use the school internet, you just use the VPN right here. See that? Here's a VPN right here. That is a VPN. I guess see that? And just click the VPN, and here you can just make the certification right here, and just type your student number and your password, Okay. And you just can enter from this website, from this VPN website right here. You can see that there's a lot of source, the library source right here, the Chinese source and the foreign source right here. Have you guys down there? Good? Not?
Let's try.
All right. This one here, you just put this one here, all right? The left one. Say as certification of your identification, okay? This one here, you just put your serial number and your password, and you can just enter to this service right here. Have you guys found it?
Yeah, we found it. $52. Well, even the one in campus, they can use VPN method.
So if you live in campus, so you don't need to use VPN. You just can go directly, all right? So if you're not living in the campus, you need to use VPN. You know that? So if you just live in the campus, you can just listen. You can just search for the school's library. The school's library, all right? The Changsha University of Science and Technology Library. You just search for it. Okay. If you're living in the campus, you can just search directly this one. Okay. And here is the second one. Here is the 数字资源. It means the digital resource. Okay. And just thinking. And you can see that here is the Chinese resource and the foreigner resource right here. And have you guys found this? No?
Well, shit, my password is not working. I don't understand.
What is not working?
My password.
The password. Working. So what is it? So I don't know. Maybe you forget it or something wrong. So do you guys have not to search the papers on the internet? You guys have your own way to search the papers on the internet. No? You guys never searched the papers on the internet before? None of you.
Yeah, maybe we can search other papers, but not from our school's system. Maybe from other
Okay.
other Google pages.
All right. Doesn't matter. You can search it. You can search from the other websites. Okay, but it should be the academic thesis paper. Okay, the academic paper, not the other papers. Right? You guys know what is the academic paper? It's like this. It's like this one. It's from the Elsewhere, the Elsewhere magazine. All right. It's Elsewhere system, and it's the magazine name is Optical Fiber Knowledge. All right. It's an academic paper. So guys, it doesn't matter what way you use to search for the papers. You just need to search for the academic papers. All right. You see that?
老师
Oh, yeah.
uh,
Got it.
this one is your paper.
Beg your pardon, please.
老师
Yeah.
这个文件是你的吧？
Pardon me, please. I didn't hear it clearly.
I mean like this paper, you are author. I can see your name.
Oh, yeah. For this one here, I'm the author. It's not just an example, okay? Just an example. And I want you guys to search whatever is whatever the author is. Just search one article, academic article by yourself, all right, from the internet. That's the homework today. And you just learning from the work that how it use the quotation in the paper, all right? It's like this. Here's the quotations, right? And for today's work, I think it's quite a bit clear, right? So wait. Oh. Perfect. And so for this homework is to find academic paper by yourself and learn how to use the quotations, right, from the internet. Okay, is that clear?
Yeah, 老师。
To find the academic paper, okay, the academic paper. So that's whatever it's from, but it must be as the academic paper, all right, and learn about the quotations in this paper. All right.
Yes, Lao Shu.
Okay. So I think it's time to put end of the class. All right. See you guys. And
Bye-bye,
next,
Lao Shu.
yeah. And
Archie,
for
can you
next,
send the PPT?
send the
The
PPT.
PPT. Yeah.
All right. I will send it later in the group. Okay. The WeChat
All
group.
right.
And for next class, I will show you how to search the papers from the internet and how to find the paper you need in the internet. All right.
Right.
Okay.
All
See you
right, 老
guys.
师。
Bye.